Unknown Space Radio.
Luis Lua.
The show you're tuned into right now was put together by students and staff enrolled in the broadcasting courses in the radio television department at San Joaquin Delta College. Thanks for listening and supporting college radio. Thank you, Luis Lua.
Tom Argonda. Alex Salon. Luis Lua.
Unknown Space Radio.
DETOUR 2. LOOSIES 2.
This is a Lucy's episode, so it's not like we have to have an intro. We can kind of just jump into it.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever.
Do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
What's up, man?
Yo.
So this is Quarantine Edition Part 5, I think.
I think so.
I could be wrong.
Something like that.
But either way, we are still in quarantine, which is, I expected we'd still be, but...
Dude, I think we're looking at least 6 months.
You think 6 months?
I think 6 months.
I had, between my friends and I have my money on at least 2 years. Well, I don't...
Nah, that's too long.
Not that, I guess I should have explained that. Not that, quarantine's gonna last 2 years, but I think after 2 years we'll actually start seeing...
The virus go away?
Yeah. But that's just me.
We're at least looking at quarantine for... Well, it actually kind of depends because they're saying that they might want to reopen in like 2 weeks.
So stupid.
Which is really stupid.
Very.
But if we were to find... I was having a discussion with my friends and it's like if we were to find a treatment like today, it would be at least another 6 months.
That's fair, yeah. I think not Canada. I think Germany just started doing human trials for their vaccine.
Yeah, us too.
Oh, word?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Are you feeling hopeful about this?
Not at all. I'm a little scared.
I'm a little scared.
Dude, I just think of I Am Legend.
I don't know about that. Like zombies or vampires, whatever they were? Or just
they found a cure for cancer, right? And then they gave it to people, and then it mutated and turned them into the vampire zombie things. What if this turns people into something worse? Or what if I don't know. What if it's fine, but then it mutates and it just goes AWOL?
I don't know, because I don't really think we've dealt with that before. So we'd probably find out after the fact. But what I really wanted to get into with this whole quarantine conversation. Because we talked at the beginning of quarantine, and we're just kind of saying how we're staying at home is not too bad. It's not too hard either, for at least us.
Yeah.
Do you still have those feelings towards it?
It's definitely starting to wear on me a little bit. I can feel it. I get I don't know.
Cabin fever?
Yeah. You know how we were talking about before, when we are on vacation, we just don't do anything, and it gets to you?
Yeah.
That's how this is starting to feel. And it's even worse now because I'm not even working or working out. You
haven't found means to kind of be productive? Because I know you're a content creator. You have your own YouTube. If I were you, not that I am you, but I figured this would probably be the perfect time to focus on that, I suppose.
Yeah, it started like that. I was getting at least 3 videos out a week.
Yeah.
But then I hit a wall and I don't want to work on videos right now. And I haven't for the last, I think, month.
Did you get worn out by that already?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. It's understandable. Do you think you could find something else? Or are you just at that wall still?
Oh no, I'm just kind of taking it day by day as of right now.
Just waiting for it to come to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, understandable.
What about you?
Me? I've between school just doing this for one. Like, you know, editing, recording. I've been focusing on that. Been really dedicating a bit of time to it. Plus, I mean, class in general, just because I have classes that are kind of time consuming.
Yeah.
And other than that, man, just like video games.
I haven't focused on class at all. It's awful. Yeah.
I've found this to be a perfect time too, because I mean, before quarantine, I hadn't really been playing a lot of like video games, but this has been like the perfect opportunity to actually start video games and movies and even like albums too. Albums I never got to.
Dude, that's all I've been doing. Is all that.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely solace to be found in it. We talked about that already. But yeah, just keeping myself busy with that. Like, I don't know, this whole like quarantine thing, it hasn't really gotten to me. But when I think about it, it kind of gets to me. But I mean, like we said in like a past episode, just finding better ways to distract myself.
Because really, what can we do? Just because we're on the topic of quarantine and COVID-19, I just want to talk about something. It's gonna be really sad, but I don't know if you know. I don't know if you saw me talk about it at all on like Instagram or whatever.
I might have. I'm not sure.
But I have family that lives in New York, and I think like 2 weeks ago now. No, it's probably like 3 weeks. It was 3 weeks. 3 weeks since it like started. But my grandma and her sister, so I guess my aunt, they tested positive for COVID-19, and it's crazy because like they were fine, and then all of a sudden something really bad happened, and my grandma got put into like an induced coma, and then her sister passed away. That like same day, I guess. And then a few days later, my grandma was fine. She was fine. All of a sudden, her heart gave out. So she passed away also. And then what's even crazier is 2 days later was her birthday. But this virus is very interesting because it's like 1 second you're fine and then the next you're not.
It's kind of, I don't know. It comes off as interesting to me how you could talk about that and then move into this virus is interesting. Like, I don't know. How are you taking it? Is like, because obviously it's sad, but
yeah,
you're comfortable enough to talk about this.
Yeah, I'm okay. I mean, I grew up with her. I knew who she was. But there was a period where she left, and then my parents got divorced, and then she wasn't around anymore, which was not anyone's fault other than like, you know, it's just divorce. It's what happens. But the last time I saw her was like my sophomore year of high school. Was at my brother's wedding, and then I haven't seen her since. So it does kind of bother me because I was gonna like, I don't know. My mom texted me when all of this happened or started to happen, and she's like, "Oh, you should call her. She would appreciate it." And I don't know. I just kept putting it off, and that's what bothers me the most. Is because the day I go to call her is the day that she gets induced into a coma.
Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that.
No, it's all right. That bothers me. But other than that, it's like, what can we really do? I mean...
Yeah, see, that's the hard part. Like...
Yeah. It's harder on the family that live in New York and live near her, because they did live with them all the time.
And they probably couldn't even, like, see her, right?
Yeah. But, like... I don't know. I kind of assumed, and I think my family also assumed, that, like, once they got it, then that was kind of it, because it has been known to be deadly and elderly. So I like I said, it's kind of like, what can I do? I can't really, I mean, I can feel sad, yeah, but it's not gonna do anything. I don't know. I feel like I'm just grieving in a really weird way.
These are weird times. I don't blame you. I wish I had words for death, but I mean, death is obviously, it's not something you can move past.
Yeah.
It's just,
I'm sure it's going to hit me someday.
It's going to hit you someday too, yeah. I don't know, man. Sorry to hear that.
It's okay.
Rest in peace to them, of course.
I'm gonna leave it on a happy note. My uncle did say that they spent most of their life together, and there was no way that they were not going to end up together. There's a day that when we first started this, before we even did the first episode, when we were just brainstorming, I thought of I went on this weird brain trip, if you will, for lack of a better term. And I started thinking about ancestry, and it's interesting that there is a certain point of ancestry that we will never know, and we will never know what their life was like. And it makes me think, did they talk the same as us? Did they think the same as us? And it's interesting that there's generations and generations and generations of people that came before us, and we will never know them. And they are long forgotten. And
That's
we
harsh.
will never know them or their time.
That gives me a headache, bro. That's gonna be us someday.
Yeah.
I guess that's the hardest part. I mean, shout out them. I don't know them, but wow.
They paved the way for where we are today.
Yeah, I mean, I give thanks to them. It's crazy just thinking about because if we're visiting a relative's house, there might be a really old picture of I don't know, family members from maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 generations before my grandparents. And it's I don't know, it's just interesting looking at that and to even think, wow, there's people that came way before that as well. It's kind of haunting, while
So we were dude, what would happen if the sun were to explode? And if the sun were to explode right now, it would take 8 minutes for the energy of the sun to get to us and just immediately fry us. And we wouldn't have any time to react. We wouldn't know it is at all happening. It would literally be a big flash of light, and that's it. And that makes me think of how scary the world... And it makes me think of how scary the world really is, because there are so many things that could kill us. And the
Way
fact
too
that
many.
it hasn't had nothing has killed us yet.
I feel lucky just for being 19 years into my life and nothing has killed me yet.
Mm-hmm.
We're even threats to ourselves, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are way too many things that could kill us, and the sun exploding is probably not the most brutal, but probably the most scary, just because that'd be mass extinction.
Mm-hmm.
And then where do we go from there? Nowhere.
That's not our problem anymore.
We're going to take a short PSA break, but we'll be back here on Delta College Radio 93.5 KWDC.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
When you drink and drive, it affects everyone. Brought to you by MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Struggling with mental health? Do you feel inadequate of experiencing a fulfilling and balanced life? SeizeTheAwkward.org offers a relay of resources for you or any individual enduring emotional pain. Your mental health is a priority for yourself and for the world. To learn more, visit SeizeTheAwkward.org. PSA brought to you by the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention and the Ad Council.
Nicotine. It's getting out of hand. 480,000 people die from nicotine a year in the United States. That's an average 1,300 deaths a day. It's a widespread issue that we need to get away from. Stay away from nicotine.
In healthcare, misinformation can be as deadly as the most serious disease and spread just as quickly. For years now, myths about childhood immunizations have been spreading on the internet and social media. The physicians of the Illinois State Medical Society urge parents to know the facts and get your child immunized. Immunizations are scientifically proven to be safe and effective, and failure to immunize can harm your children and others. Talk to your child's doctor to get the facts about immunizations.
A lot of people like to talk about how people live their lives and their mental, I guess, their mental presentation of life, only because I can't think of anything better to word it. Basically, this next point is about being positive and negative, or optimistic and pessimist. And I don't know if we talked about this. I think we might have.
We talked about it off air.
Did we?
Yeah, I was telling you how, because I think we are both pretty pessimistic.
Yes.
And somebody told me, I forgot who they were. Somebody told me, it's better to be a pessimist because you're either pleasantly surprised or you were right. And like, I don't know, my pessimistic side. I don't know if I'm wording it right, man.
That was the right word.
Okay, yeah. I get so tired of it. I get tired of my whole nihilistic side too. It's like, it's annoying to live with, but hearing that was kind of like, it was nice. Cause yeah, I'm either pleasantly surprised or right.
Yeah. See, I feel like no matter which way you think about life, whether you're optimistic or pessimistic, I feel like we're naturally pessimistic. I've always felt like nothing good has ever happened to me or will ever happen to me. And that both comes from being in a positive mindset and both a negative mindset.
I'm gonna need you to explain that.
People can say they're happy, but they're not actually happy. They just have the mindset, okay, I need to be happy. So they have this mindset of being happy to become happy. So with having a positive mindset, I feel like there's a forced positive mindset and an actual positive mindset. I've tried an actual positive mindset. I guess. This is me stalling because I started a lot. I guess that I have never maybe lived a true positive mindset, and so I don't know what it's like. But when people try to tell you, oh, you should be happy, or you should try being positive, or don't think that way, I feel like that's forcing yourself to be optimistic, and that optimism
leads to failure. It leads to...
It's the same as living with a pessimistic attitude. No matter what, no matter which way you think about it, no matter which way you live your life, it's always going to have the same end product. I've said a whole lot of nothing just to get to that.
I totally get where you're coming from. I think
so you can clean that up to make it not sound so bad.
Like, is it what you're saying? Kind of either way, you're kind of gonna live your life, and your mindset really won't affect that.
Yes. I think what's going to happen is meant to happen, but I still feel like it's resulting in a negative way no matter what. No matter how you look at things. It's just how you respond to that defines optimism and pessimism.
I think I get that. I think us humans are more prone to kind of, these impending senses of doom. And I think either way, that kind of waits behind the door of life. I think... that's just kind of a human thing. I mean, sure, you could be happy, you could be sad, you could be upset. There's still going to be something that's going to upset you, but there's still also going to be something that's going to make you not upset, kind of make you happy. And I don't think mindsets really matter too much. And I think that's where you're getting at. Because either way, what's going to happen will happen. Mm-hmm. And I think, like I said before, I think everything that's going to happen should be kind of from every corner of the emotional spectrum.
Yeah.
Like, something bad's going to happen to me, something bad's going to happen to you, but I feel like something good will also happen to us sometime.
Do you think something as equally as good would happen?
Equally.
Or do you think something in general good would happen?
I think a lot of things in life are either, well, I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe not equally as good, but maybe there will be a bunch of other good things that might eventually equal up to the amount of bad that is. But I mean, obviously good, I guess. And I think, I don't know. I don't think mindset matters. I think whole mindset thing is kind of just a thing to, I don't know, make you comfortable living with yourself. Because it's not going to affect anything around me. I don't think my mindset affects anything happening around me. I think it's just a way to live with yourself. I hate being pessimistic. I don't like that I'm super nihilistic. I don't like telling myself every night, all of this is for nothing and all my efforts will amount to nothing. So I think just so I could live with myself, I think it would be better to be in a positive attitude, an optimistic attitude. And then maybe I think it's just a means to be at one with self.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you agree?
Wouldn't you agree?
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely a way of coping and dealing with reality.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's all it is. But at the same time, like I was saying, how pessimism doesn't, you're either pleasantly surprised or right. I think that's kind of a way to live with yourself too, I think.
You'd rather be right than wrong?
Upset. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't like it, but I suppose I like being right.
You'd rather be right in the negative way than wrong in the positive way.
Yes. Because wrong in the positive way is upsetting.
Mm-hmm. And it hurts more.
Yeah, definitely. But if I'm just right in a negative way, then it's like...
dude, I called it.
I called it. I can move on.
Yeah.
Whoever was going against my word, hope you are doing good. I guess is like a way to put it. People take life too seriously. I think. And I don't know. I think that's like a product of my nihilism and my pessimistic side is I don't ever take anything too seriously, because at the end, what am I going to be? What are any of us going to be? Obviously, I'm going to put love into stuff. I'm going to put love into my family. I'm going to put love into my friends.
Because otherwise, what's the point? You would just give up. And we don't want to give up.
See, like that whole life is meaningless perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say I fall in line with that, because there's still something I want to make out of this life. Mm-hmm. But what I'm getting at...
Otherwise, you would have given up by now.
Yeah, definitely. What I'm getting at is because life is meaningless, I guess. Just do it, man. Take those risks. Point your vessel towards something.
Unknown Space Radio has been a production of KWDC 93.5 LPFM, Delta College Radio. This program is made possible by listeners like you. Programming is produced by the students, staff, and faculty of San Joaquin Delta College's Radio Television Department.
Tom Margonda.
It is supported by the Delta College Department of Arts, Humanities, and Multimedia, the Career Technical Education and the Workforce Development Office, and the State of California. Miss Lua.